Hey man, Todd with Empowerment Coaching. I'm standing here on the ship in the middle of the Caribbean, and started looking out over the ocean this morning on this ship, and I had a thought. Like, this ship knows exactly where it's going. It has a destination, it has a course, it has a captain. And every day thousands of decisions are being made to ensure it reaches its destination safely. And it got me wondering, how many men can say the same thing about their lives? Not where they hope they're going, not where they think they should be going, but where they're intentionally headed. Because if we're being honest, a lot of men aren't steering their lives anymore. They're drifting. And most don't even know or realize that it's happening. So the thing about drifting is that it doesn't feel dangerous when it starts. I mean, nobody wakes up one day and says, hey, you know what? I'd like to spend the next 20 years disconnected from myself and unsure where I'm headed. That's not how it happens. It happens gradually. You take the job because it makes sense. You stay because it's stable. You get busy paying bills and handling your responsibilities, taking care of people. Does any of this sound familiar? I mean, life starts moving fast. And before you know it, you're making decisions based on what's next instead of what's important. So what happens? Years pass. And somewhere along the way, you stop asking yourself, is this actually the life I want? And one of the biggest mistakes I see men make is confusing movement with direction. I mean, yes, you're busy. You're working hard, and your calendar is full. You're constantly doing something. But movement and direction are not the same thing. I mean, a hamster is moving all day long. Da, 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 da. That doesn't mean it's getting anywhere. And a lot of men are exhausted, not because they're working too hard, but because they're moving without a clear sense of where they're going. So they're busy. They're maintaining their life. But they're no longer intentionally building it. Right? So in my experience, there are three big reasons men drift. I mean, first is fear. Fear of making the wrong decision. Fear of failure. Fear of disappointing other people. So instead of choosing a direction, they stay where they are. It's safer, right? Fear, safety, don't move. Second is comfort. Even when something isn't fulfilling anymore, it is familiar. Can anybody relate to that? And familiar feels safe. A lot of men stay in careers, relationships, and routines that they've outgrown because comfort is easier than uncertainty. And the third reason is expectations, and this is a big one. Many men spend their lives building a life based on what they thought they were supposed to want: success, status, income, approval. I mean, how many of us have heard those things in our lives? But one day, they wake up and they realize, I achieved the goal, but I do not feel fulfilled. Am I speaking to anybody? Anybody relate to that? I did. So the cost of drifting isn't always obvious. It's not usually dramatic. It's subtle. You stop feeling excited. You stop feeling connected. You stop feeling challenged in a healthy way. And life just becomes predictable, routine. It's maintenance. And eventually you start asking questions like, why do I feel stuck? Why don't I feel like myself anymore? Why am I not happier? The answer often isn't that something is wrong. It's that just you've been drifting so long you've lost sight of your own direction. So how do you stop? You don't need to quit your job. You don't need to sell everything and move across the world. You just need to start asking better questions. What matters to me now? What am I building? What have I outgrown? What am I tolerating? If I say this, if I stay on this exact path for the next 5 years, where does it take me? Where does it lead? Most men spend more time planning a vacation than they spend thinking about the direction of their lives. And that needs to change. So, as I'm standing here out on the ocean, looking over this Caribbean, I'm reminded of something. A ship doesn't accidentally arrive at a meaningful destination. Someone has to choose the course. Someone has to make adjustments. Someone has to pay attention when they drift off track. Your life works the same way. You don't need all the answers. You don't need a perfect plan, and you don't, well, you do need a direction. Because the biggest risk isn't making the wrong decision. The biggest risk is spending years drifting and calling it living. So here's my question for you. What direction is your life actually heading right now? And maybe more importantly, is that the direction you want to go? Hey, so if this video resonates with you in any way, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Be happy to have a conversation with you. I support men in getting clear on your direction, reconnecting with your purpose, and helping you to start living more intentionally. So you can reach out to me, visit my website, Empowered Men Coaching, and let's just have a conversation. So till then, have a great day. I'm enjoying life and I'm having a wonderful day. Ciao.